Definitely, definitely. I'm gonna send you the song. I'm gonna go online right now, send it to you into your DM. So yeah, so I'm about
All
to hit.
right,
I'm
yeah.
about to get that now.
All right, that's what's up. I appreciate the allowing me to man be on your platform, man. You know what I'm saying, to talk with y'all, man. Y'all man cool, man.
Appreciate you so much,
Man,
man.
ain't no
Thank you,
thing, bro.
thank you.
Well, appreciate y'all. Be safe, man. One love.
Definitely one
Take it
love.
easy, my
God bless.
brother.
Peace.
And don't forget, want to get down, check it out. Sessionslive.com/DiggablePlanet.
Boy, repeat it
Definitely,
again because
definitely.
it kind of lost a reception. Oh my. Well, we at hour number 2, man. Episode 391. We about to bring on our second guest of the hour right here. This cat is making quite wave with a single, Gunpowder. I ain't gonna lie, it's been catchy as hell. And he's here tonight to chop it up with us, talk about his new single, what he got going on currently in 2021, any tours, any new music, movies, whatever, man. So it's all welcome. Baby Soda on, y'all.
Jip,
Yo, what's happening, big home?
what's going on,
What's
man?
good, my brother?
Man, you know, I'm just cooling out this bitch, man. We in the A-Town, man, living life, man. What's happening?
Man,
Well,
they eating good out there in the A, man. I mean, they ain't shutting down a damn thing. They like, what?
I think that's how niggas passing everybody else, man. We still get money, man.
They say ATL is like the Hollywood of the South right now, man. Matter of fact, everybody trying to move out there.
Well,
I
think
see all them
about it.
out
If
of town.
everybody start working, listen, if everybody start working for a year and we got to keep working, shit, you know, it's going to show, you dig?
definitely, man. So I mean, it's a great to have you on the show, man. Tell us a bit about yourself, repping the A, and how you got into the game, man.
Originally I'm from Birmingham, Alabama, man, you know what I'm saying? Jumped out the porch,
Okay.
you know what I'm saying, very, very early. And then, you know, we just, you know, my partners always was doing music. And one particular day, them folks called me up there, you know what I'm saying, bring them some. And they needed me to do, you know what I'm saying, like an ad-lib or something, just to say something, to have a different voice on the ad-lib. And I did it. I liked it. It was a hard song in the hood. And I decided I could do the shit myself. So, you know, I started rapping. Anyway, you know what I'm saying, as one thing led to another, I started getting in trouble and shit. I ended up deciding to, I made a deal with the DA and joined the Army. And, you know, we kept doing music, man. And, you know, here we is, man. We just kept having fun, man. Kept living. Dodging the boxes like potholes in Jamaica.
All right, now you say you're from
that's
Alabama originally. You Roll Tide or War Eagle?
Man, Roll Tide, man. That thing tatted on my arm, man.
Okay. SEC, look, y'all, yeah, man, look. We know about that athletic tradition y'all got down there, going back to the days with Bear Bryant, Gene Stallings, Dennis Riddle, Jay Barker, Freddie Kitchens, Sean Alexander, Curtis Alexander, Tyrone Prothro, George Teague.
Alabama.
You know,
Alabama
you
is
just
like
Robert
a
Horry
second
out of the whole. You just gonna leave Robert Horry out of there, right?
you said what?
Oh,
Yeah,
man, you
yeah,
can't do Robert
basketball,
Horry
too.
like that.
Yeah, Robert Horry basketball. Yeah, can't forget Robert.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
let's
I
do
was
that.
going about football, but yeah, y'all got a little, and of course, shucks, man. I mean, y'all look.
We're not
y'all
gonna name the slew of first round draft picks currently playing in the NFL like Julio Jones and countless others.
Yeah. Shout out to what y'all done over the years. But yeah, man. So I mean, it's. So, what part of Alabama you come from originally? Bessemer, Mobile, Montgomery.
Ain't now one of the parts you named is Birmingham, but I'm from the east side of Birmingham, Center Point.
Okay. Yeah,
Birmingham,
man.
baby.
Yeah, man.
Man, I got family roots out there in Birmingham too, man. I got a older brother that stay out there too. I mean, they keep it countrified and they keep it solid out there.
Definitely.
It's definitely a spot you got to stand on what you say.
Definitely. Oh yeah. Before we keep going, we can't forget Antonio McNice too. We can't forget him. You know, we said Robert Orr. We can't forget that. Yeah, we can't forget him either. So yeah, man. So I mean, you know, once you got into the game, what was it like in terms of really finding your footing, in terms of really being able to, you know, put your, you know, style together to really make your name in the game, make your presence felt.
I don't know, you know, being from Alabama, being from the country is like, you know, gospel is a big thing in the city. So, you know, trying to incorporate, you know, the spiritual feeling that, you know, music gives us, you know, like devotional praise and worship. You know what I'm saying? Like, you want to capture the audience with just the feeling of the music. You know what I'm saying? From the, you know, the highs and the lows in our voice. You know what I'm saying? Matched with, you know, the drum patterns, you know what I'm saying, and the highs and the lows in the beat. And if you can figure out how to do that together, man, you know what I'm saying, you just get magic. So, you know, when we able to do that in the music, you know what I'm saying, just by cooking people with catchy hooks and, you know, deep sounds, high pitch, you know what I'm saying, choruses and, you know what I'm saying, just strong choruses, you know what I'm saying, then we just give them a bunch of real shit in the verses, you know what I'm saying, just telling everybody exactly how the day-to-day life of a young kid from Birmingham, Alabama. Anyway, man, you put all this shit together, man. It's kind of, you know what I'm saying, it's kind of hypnotizing. People tend to gravitate to it.
And you know what's a trip too? What's a trip too is like when you listen to the West Coast, they brought that melody to the mix when Dre dropped the Chronic, and you guys with Alabama, when it comes to Memphis, when it comes to Texas. When it comes to those hooks, man, they're like hypnotic, man. They're like hypnotic and hypnotizing. So we're pretty much known for our hooks. So that's what I want to just acknowledge to the table for those who just tuning in and listening. Like, look, the South got something to say.
There you go.
Yeah, and you know one thing about it, man, you're following in tradition, you know, because of course, you know, even though he's identified with Atlanta, a lot of people don't know that Gucci Mane was born in Bessemer, you know, born and raised in Bessemer, Alabama, you know, before he ended up moving to Atlanta. And of course, you can't forget Rich Boy, you know, from Alabama as well, you know. So I mean, you all have a history, you know, laid down there. Pretty much as you went along, what was it like in terms of, you know, the process of making your music and really gaining fans along the way? Tell us about that process, you know, from, you know, your first song to your first performance.
Well, I mean, you got like, all right, so coming up, you know, like, you only going to hear what your people want to listen to. So, you know, the older cats around me, they listen to a bunch of blues. And when they weren't listening to blues, it was Tupac, A-Ball, MJG, some UGK, you know, maybe some Master P. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, as I got older, you know, it was Leo Gotti, Pastor Troy, T.I., Young Jeezy. You know what I'm saying? So being a kid from Belmont, I had, like, so many different influences in music. It wasn't until about maybe, like, 22, 23 years old when I was really able to find my own sound. I was so interested or thought I was cool just being able to imitate another rapper style in my own words, but it still wasn't my own thing. So, like, the hardest part was being able to find my own sound. And once I found it, man, the people let me know that was the sound. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're just gonna give these people high power hooks and give them some rapid fire verses talking some real shit. You know, you know, Lil Wayne was a big part. Like, I wanted to give everybody 1 million punchlines per bar and everything else, a bunch of similes, a bunch of metaphors. But, like, being from where I'm from, man, people want to hear that real shit. Fuck all that read between the lines shit. They want to hear direct in my ear what the fuck you doing. Like, they want to believe you. And, you know, I think I was able to capture that. I was able to develop that and add that to my craft. And like I said, here we is.
And that's what the Southern region love to hear, man. They like to hear picture painting and, you know, people expressing through their records. The metaphors and stuff is cool, like, you know, if you like the science behind rap music, but we just like hearing everything from the clear view, from that artist perspective.
Most definitely. I mean, so pretty much along the way, in terms of, as you, like you said, because down south, y'all very straightforward with it. In terms of, you know, delivery, in terms of the beats, it's just hard hitting. It's no frills, all uncut. When did you realize you were really beginning to get a name out there in terms of, like, people rocking with you?
Like realizing it. I mean, I think I'm still realizing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always wanted to be mentioned with, you know, the Biggies and the Pox and the, you know what I'm saying, the biggest people that I'm fan of, and the people that influenced me to do music. And I mean, I think everybody, even the people that the household names, I think we still seeking more and more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I'm there yet or not. You know what I'm saying? But I'm working like a motherfucker.
Definitely, man. And what do artists today need to, and what do artists, because obviously you're working, you're grinding, getting it, you know, how you live, what do artists need to understand in terms of the work ethic and the tenacity and dedication and tireless, you know, devotion to it to make it work? What would you tell artists out there today in terms of understanding what goes into this?
Man, listen, number one, go get you a bag. Find somebody with a bag, invest with a bag, find somebody to match your bag. You got to find a bag. It's all about, it's too much money out here, especially in Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Number one, you got to find some money. And then after you get some money, I think number two is social media. Social media rule the world. That's it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think the only reason the white boy was convicted was because of social media. Like, at the end of the day, man, everybody carrying the phone in their hand. You got to stay on that phone. You got to stay on social media, and you got to have some money to back it up.
And the way you were building your followers, and the way you was building your followers as well, you got to tell people how much of a process and how much work that really is.
I mean, it's like the first level of Mario. You might lose a couple times, and after you beat that level, you got to get to the second board. You ain't beat the game yet, so that shit gonna take twice as much time. So it's like, that's how social media was. Like, you know, at first we were just trying to get all our local people to follow us. Then we were doing shows, going on tours, getting people to follow us. I mean, you think, like, I just did a 4-month tour. I did like 50 shows, but in reality, maybe 10 people follow me from each show. But when you add it up at the end of 4 months, that's 500. You know what I'm saying? That means something. So, I mean, it's just like the streets, man. You know what I'm saying? It's gram for gram out here, man. Staying hard as hell to get. Too many rappers. You just got to be consistent.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly, especially when the game is so oversaturated and everybody's trying to get in that feel. So you got to do like double to stand out.
Yeah, I mean, especially even if you're the hardest rapper, man, the reward gonna go to the hardest worker, man. That's just the game, man. If a motherfucker got a problem with that, they might need to just fall back and find something else to do. Man, this shit gonna go to the hardest worker, man. Like, it's an 18-year-old kid right now on Instagram. While I'm talking to y'all, he on SoundCloud and Instagram, getting thousands of people to listen to his music, and we might not like it, you know what I'm saying? But shit, the people, they forced to like it because he's so consistent. You know what I'm saying? It's a hard work gonna pay off in 2021.
Yeah, you know, and one thing about it is sort of the fact that you can't substitute hard work. You know, one thing about it, while social media is a force, I think some artists get out there and they think that they just drop a video or they just drop a song and it's automatically supposed to just move. And it's like, no, it's not how that works. You know, you got to network, you got to talk to people. You really have to find a way to really connect with your audience to sustain the longevity, because making your entrance is one thing. It's about you staying in the building once you've gotten there, and even renovating your own space in that building and having your own building once you have made it. You know, and I think that's something a lot of artists need to understand as well.
Yeah, man, absolutely. I mean, man, you said a mouthful, man. But at the end of the day, hey, man, the race gonna give it to the motherfucker that endure the longest and that work the hardest, man. Ain't none of this shit given.
Definitely. So, are there any artists that you want to work with as you go on this journey and this process?
Of course. I mean, I want to work with everybody. I mean, like who would I not want to work with? You know what I'm saying? That'll be a shorter list. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to work with everybody. I mean, shit. They got any open Tupac verses over there at Death Row? I mean, shit, I want to work.
Definitely, man. But you know, it's one thing about it that, you know, I can sense the excitement and the passion, you know, in your voice, the enthusiasm, you know, the energy that is all things positive in terms of really trying to interact. You know, some artists come in the game and they try to act like they're an island of independence, but the reality is you need to have a city collective that intersects with everybody. You know, the more people you can connect with and collaborate with, that brings a level of, you know, success, because that's how you spread yourself out. Yeah, but the fact that you have a very sincere understanding of the business says a lot. How did you develop, you know, this understanding at such an early stage of your career?
I think because I started early. I mean, the first studio I ever recorded in, we was ran by Rough Pro Productions. Keith Ruff was one of B.B. King's bass players. You know what I'm saying? And I guess throughout the tradition of Alabama up to Memphis, like, I was just blessed to consistently have enough money to go to studios and, you know, just soak up game from certain individuals, you know what I'm saying, that I already had, you know what I'm saying, made headway in the game and did something. Mm-hmm. At the end of the day, though, it was like, you know, enough discipline, you know what I'm saying, and enough bread, you know, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some, but you're gonna have some game at the end of the day. So I just say that I was blessed, I was humble enough to be around a lot of people that had a lot of game to give, and I just listened. You know what I'm saying? And then 1 + 1 is 2. You know what I'm saying? Like I was telling my boy Young Swag, my producer from Memphis, last night, like, you know, when you really understand the game and you understand the streets, it all started to make sense. Like, I'd rather have, you know, what I said, I'd rather have 50% of $100 million than 100% of $10 million. Now, everybody got their own perspective of whether I'm right or I'm wrong, but 100% of $100 million is $50 million to me. So everybody got to eat, and you can't do nothing by yourself if you're talking about, you know, making some headway and really changing the game.
With you coming from the mud and everything, man, do you find that it's more shiesty within the music business world versus you coming and dealing with the street aspect?
I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm not all the way in. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, it's all the streets. It's all the streets to me. Like, it makes sense. Like, you got cats that, I think Jay-Z even said it. You know what I'm saying? So he put $100 extra for his price on 100 bricks. I mean, on 1,000 bricks. And if you did the math, that's $100,000. Now, I mean, you got cats that understand that the slow grind is better than no grind. You feel me? You got cats that's gonna put $1 million on everything, and eventually they gonna get squeezed out. And then you got the cats that's just gonna run off. But in reality, the plugs only respect consistency, man. And if you can able to, you know, stay consistent, set your market price at enough to be consistent and always, you know what I'm saying, able to come back on time It's all the game. It's the same way in the music industry. Now, I ain't gonna break it down in layman's terms for everybody to feel the game, but either you understand it or you don't.
It's to be sold, not to be told.
Definitely.
There you go.
Definitely. Now, in terms of your joint, that's really, doing numbers, the joint Gunpowder Smoking, which is just a hell of a title right there. I mean, that's just dope. Tell us a little bit about the work that into the creative process behind that song.
Usually, like at that point in time, like I usually write my raps on my phone because I'm always on the go, But
right.
Certain records or certain times of the day, I pull out the pen and the paper and just get back to the essence of it, and I just start to feel it. You know what I'm saying? And express my feelings through the ink on the piece of paper. But I was at a dark place in my life. You know what I'm saying? My big brother had just got killed. And the only thing I was just thinking, like, yo, we good?
Yeah, we good. Yeah, our condolences for your loss. Yeah, keep going.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you feel me? When he got killed, he had left his scrap on top of the refrigerator. And you know what I'm saying? So, when I was feeling the beat, I was just saying like if it's ever my time, I always say it like, man, like if it's ever my time, number one, I do not want to be shot in the back. I want to look a nigga dead in his eye. I want to look my killer in his eyes. That's one. And two, I just pray that I'm scrapped up just to have a chance. I remember when I heard an interview with 50 and he was talking about when he got shot, he had the scrap, but he didn't have one in the head. So by the time he was about to cock that motherfucker, they already had the ups on him. So it's pretty much saying that I don't want a motherfucker to ever have the ups on me. Like if I go, it gotta go like some old Western shit, nigga. The clock strikes 12 and we both up on each other and let the best man win. I don't never want a motherfucker to have the ups on me.
But one thing though, Soda, but there's something 50 said in another interview about that too. But he talked about it because, the nigga may have got the drop on him, but he made sure that nigga went up to the sky because he said, and we can say this on the air and off the cuff because this has already been documented at certain levels. We know about, about the situation with him and Supreme. They aren't necessarily the best of friends.
Right.
Said in an interview. Yeah, but he said in the interview, he didn't name names, but he said the nigga that shot me is dead because the nigga that shot him ended up I think they found him dead 2 weeks later. And he said the nigga that had me shot is in jail. So, 50 still, they may have got a drop on him, but but whatever happened from the street level, there were some consequences and repercussions. They were permanent for the shooter, so,
Oh, yeah, but at the end of the day, man, that man's still breathing because he just blessed, period. It wasn't even in his control at that point. You know what I'm saying? So all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, man, I just want to be in somewhat control of my own destiny. You know what I'm saying? I just pray that I be scrapped up.
Yeah, man. I mean, that dude took
you got to be on the offensive at the end because when you be on the defensive, man, it leaves you in a vulnerable state.
I mean, I think everybody in the streets that have participated to this shit consistently will participate in this shit consistently for a certain amount of time. Like we all done had our own lessons and our close encounters with death. So at the end of the day, I know it's a million niggas that, even the survivors that wish that they was just a little more on point. You know what I'm saying? And it could have went a whole nother way. So I got my pistol license anyway, by the way.
That is one of the great freedoms in this country that we are allowed, that we are privileged to have.
Self-defense.
Yes, I'm a full supporter of the Second Amendment. Yes, full supporter of the Second Amendment. I said this on the show before. I'm a full supporter of the Second. You've been out there on the block and you've seen the real Soda in terms of what goes on out there. How do you feel about a lot of these rappers out here trying to talk about a life that they haven't lived, let alone really understand?
Man, listen, I don't. I hope y'all feel me on this. I'm not nobody to tell a motherfucker if they is or they ain't. You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, everybody's telling the truth. If one of y'all told me right now that y'all could fly a plane, I believe that you could fly a plane. You were an ex-pilot or whatever. My nigga could fly a plane. But should the plane ever be about to go down and the stewardess say, yo, we need a pilot. The pilot's asleep. The pilot dead. The pilot had a stroke. Can anybody fly a plane? I'm going to look dead at one of you niggas and be like, man, can't you fly a plane? You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, at the moment that you don't, that might be my ass. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's you. You feel me? Like, I can't judge who is and who ain't. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know what I'm saying, the scariest nigga in the world might be the one to kill me. You know what I'm saying? God forbid, knock on wood, you feel me? I ain't talking about a bunch of death shit. I'm just saying that at the end of the day, like,
right,
man, who's to say if a motherfucker is serious or not? Like, how can another rapper say another rapper ain't did that? Now, rappers can argue about what part of the city they was from, and you ain't from this part, and you might not have did that on the day that I was with you, but it's like, man, come on, man, like for real, I don't know what these niggas done did, but I do believe that the reward of the best album of the year and the best rap and all that shit, that goes to the one that tells the best story. And we would like to believe that the best storytellers are the one that's speaking from, you know, what they call it, first hand, you know what I'm saying, experience. So, hey, man, just congratulations. If you can just tell good stories and talk that shit, you know, I mean, more power to you.
Plus, I think it's also about show and prove, because just like that analogy that you use, like the same could be used for the rap. Like if they say, "Oh, I'm the best rapper in the game," you got to show and prove. Now, if you drop the ball, then hey, that's the end right there.
Right.
You're gonna do it to yourself. So therefore, it's like you don't really have to put that pressure on. That man got to apply it. That man got to show and prove and face that pressure on his own. If he dropped the ball, then hey, that's him. You know what I'm saying?
But I do believe that the streets speak a certain language. You know what I'm saying? So certain things a rapper can't say, me and my guys feel like anyway, certain things a rapper can't say without having experienced it or done it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the kid Pooh Shiesty. He could be a liar, but I believe everything the kid say, because it sounds, he sound like us. He sound like he on the block. He sound like he right here with.
Yeah, and you know, and one thing about it, there's, you know, for those that have really been out there, there's a certain language, a delivery that, you know, those that really are authentic, they really, really understand it, because there's certain intricacies and intimacies of the game that if you haven't been in it, you're not really going to understand it. But if you've done it or you've been around it enough, there's certain lingos and language that is intrinsic to it that really, really, really expressed through song. You can really, really, you know, let people know, like, yeah, you know, this is my life to a degree. But yeah, man, I mean, but pretty much from where you and a lot of times too, you know, so I think sometimes artists got to understand that as you move from a level of the street to the business of music, you got to keep them separate. How do you feel about a lot of artists that at times do not keep their street shit and their music shit separate?
I mean, they intertwine, you know, quite often. You know what I'm saying? I try to keep it separated, you know, a million different ways, you know, but sometimes it just got to cross. Like, even with my social media, my team on me daily about posting stuff on social media, and I be like, man, y'all don't even want to know how I woke up this morning. I'm not going to incriminate myself on what the hell I did, you know what I'm saying? But to tell the truth, though, I'd probably be way, way out of here. I'd probably be one of the top artists in the nation if I showed the world, you know what I'm saying, what we do on a daily. You know what I'm saying? I know without a doubt niggas would take me serious and just be all over my timeline looking for the next video that Baby Soda put out. If I show, I mean, I can walk in my house right now, you know what I'm saying, and you know what I'm saying, I'd probably go viral, but I'm not. I also got my family members, my little brothers around me that I know without a doubt, you know, they gonna cut up whenever it's necessary. So when we go certain places, I don't bring them. You know what I'm saying? Not because I think they don't deserve to go, but they gonna be them, and they gonna do them, and they the best versions of themselves. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't put them in a situation where they couldn't be themselves. You see what I'm saying? So I mean,
That's
for me, I'm gonna definitely try to separate the two the best I can. You know what I'm saying? But everything, you can't prevent everything. I mean, shit, I'm not a politician either. So if it goes, it goes.
I don't think we've ever had anybody on the show just break that down as you did, Soda, because that was real. You know, it's not just, like you said, it's not that with members of your family or your entourage you don't love them or care, but you got to know the situations in terms of people depending on the situations, because at the end of the day, you know, what you have is a business. And while it's always great to have people to ride for you, you got to know how at times you got to have people, you got to understand when the situations, because sometimes it is going to come to the gun smoke. I mean, we all know that. But the point is, you want to keep the situation from coming to the gun smoke.
Right.
You know, you don't
Exactly.
want to have that. If it's not necessary, it shouldn't go there. But the level of which you speak and the modestness, because you know what you said just speaks volumes about the modesty you have. You already know you're authentic, so you don't need to have everything out there to really, so to speak, prove anything, because you don't have anything to prove to anybody. To thyself be true, and you know who you are as a man and what you stand for, and that's very much just something to respect.
Right. But I mean, you know, it's like I said, man, it's a bunch of game though. Somebody had to tell me, though, man. So, you know, you just shut the fuck up, man. It don't cost shit to pay attention.
Yeah. And one thing, you know, King and myself, you know, we've been blessed to interview people such as yourself. You know, met so many friends in the music industry, and and one thing about it is we know the ins and outs to the game, a lot of them, not all, but we know how the game is, and we're still students today, even being older, and we're always anxious to learn from those who have been there, because they've given us lessons that we have not experienced yet. So that's our education that is extended from the individuals that we engage with. And we're humble individuals about absorbing that academic from those individuals. And you got some artists out there that come in and think that they know it all. They don't have to listen to nobody. They got everything figured out. And the reality is, especially in the music game, you know, the music game is just a legitimized version of the hustling game that the streets have. You know,
different layers
you
to
know, yeah, it is. Ultimately, so as you progress in your career, what do you ultimately want to do in terms of outside of music? What do you see yourself expanding on as you keep going?
Well, I wrote a script and did a trailer to Gunpowder Smoking as a movie, and you know, me and well, I just did it just to see if it was a good enough idea to go with. I knew that I had resources, but my team has resources, you know what I'm saying, of writers and directors to do certain things like that. So I was just, instead of sitting on my ass thinking about it, I actually did it. And it actually went very well. So we actually started writing, we do a writer's room this week, starting to work on the Gunpowder Smoking series.
That's dope, man. That's dope. Tell us about the creative process in terms of you know, you writing rhymes versus writing a screenplay? Is it pretty much similar, or do you have a different type of framework when you set up in terms of how you begin to compose, you know, those those stories?
It's definitely the framework. Like I don't know if anybody that's listening, you know anything about creative writing, but you know, creative writing for me, like when I wrote Gunpowder Smoking, I would make sure I hit certain points in my creative writing to say, okay, I want this, I want to visualize this, I want this, I want to see this, I want to speak about my brother, I want to speak about the car, the gun, the type of gun. You know what I'm saying? As far as like the writing the script and writing the movie was totally different. It was like I was blessed because Kimberly Jones, you know, Kim she's actually very, very into writing and music, and she has a New York Times bestseller. So when she started writing, when I called her and she was asking me questions about the script, she just went right into it, and she was like, "Well, this is the beginning, and this is the climax, and we need a plot twist, and we need this." And so when she walked me through the actual process of writing a movie, yeah, the framework is totally different. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still all creative. But the creative writing process of making a list of words and things that I want to use in a rap is totally different from a movie.
I mean, so look, we got
rappers.
So we got rapper and screenwriter, man.
Got to diversify your bonds, man.
Yeah, man. When I saw Young Ice Cube in the NWA movie, like, you remember when he was writing the Friday movie and shit? Like, I mean, you got to think about it. It was in the movie, but at one point in time, the cat did stop rapping and sat down and wrote a movie. Cult classic at that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just come from the thoughts he had sitting at the kitchen table. You know what I'm saying? Into something. So I mean, yeah, of course, if I'm in the entertainment business, I'm able to see that opportunity. Yeah, I'm gonna grab that motherfucker.
And you know, Soda, that's wild, man, because you know a lot of times, you know, Cube is one of the greatest storytellers ever in hip hop music. You know, he's one of the greatest MCs. To me, if there has to be a Mount Rushmore of storytellers in hip hop, it has to be Nas, Kool G Rap, Ice Cube, and Slick Rick. You know,
man, y'all really gonna leave Andre 3000 out? You really gonna leave Andre 3000 out of the top three? That's crazy.
And Scarface.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could definitely, if we want to extend it, you know, in terms of that, we could put them up there too. You know, in terms of in terms of writing.
Andre 3000 is top three of all time.
Yeah, we're gonna have to have this for the probably debate show, man. Like,
we're gonna have to, because Andre 3000 and Biggie Smalls are two of the greatest storytellers of all time.
No argument there. No argument.
I say Nas. I say Biggie, Nas, Andre 3000. But Nas, Biggie, Andre 3000.
Yeah,
especially with Nas, when I ain't never heard a rapper do a song telling a story backwards. That's
yeah.
So you gotta give him number one. You give him number one for that. But nobody can tell a story quicker. Nobody can tell a story quicker than Biggie Smalls though. Like in 4 bars, we done got out the car, killed the baby, got in the car, and got arrested in 4 bars.
Yeah, Big was ill with it. I will not argue with that ever. And Andre 3000, you know, I don't think we knew his true genius because Andre has never been asked on the mic ever. He's always been awesome. But when we first listened to Southern Playalistic, he definitely set to play his shit. We heard AT Aliens, and this is no coincidence that he was with Erica at the time, and his shit went into the outer stratosphere of creative. So, I mean, we're listening to some of the stuff Andre said, and we're like, Where the hell did this nigga?
Especially that Love Below album. That Love Below album,
Yeah.
we started really seeing different layers of his creativity.
Yeah, I mean that dude was
Like
to
when he was
another
talking
planet.
about, but then when he said, "True, I got enough loot to last me to the end of the week." You know, I forgot, but he told the nigga what he told the nigga. But we live check to check.
True,
So
I
if
have
you
more
don't work,
fans than
then
the
I
average
don't
man.
eat. So
Yeah.
we like neck to neck. Like, come on, man, that nigga's retarded, man. Like,
I mean, when he kicked that on Elevators, he said, I mean, that was an ill verse. He said, "True," like you said, he said, "True, I have more fans than the average man, but not enough loot to last me to the end of the week. I live at a beat like you, just check to check. If it move your feet, then I don't eat, so we like neck and neck. See, well, we done come a long way like them slim ass cigarettes from Virginia. It ain't gonna stop, so we just gonna continue." I mean,
And you see what cold about him is, I remember him saying one time, like, yeah, I don't really rap like that no more, but I can write a verse that can crush your whole album. I believe
yeah.
it.
Look, Soda, there's a reason why don't nobody come for Andre 3000 on the microphone, because Andre
there
is
you
like,
go.
and I you know what? But it's
when that nigga said Peninsula maybe. Hey, I'm just gonna leave it right there. He said Peninsula maybe. Everybody went crazy. Like, who the fuck says Peninsula?
Man, look, you know, but it's wild though, man. Because imagine if some rapper gets foolhardy enough and outright stupid to try to insult him. I mean, can you imagine? Because we've never seen Andre angry on a microphone.
That's not gonna happen ever.
Nah.
I wonder what
that's
Andre
not
like
good.
you see motherfuckers try Eminem before they try Under 3000. Like just think about it. Like that nigga said, I typed the text to a girl I used to see, saying that I told the cutie pie with whom I want to be, and I apologize if this message gets you down. Then I'd CC every girl that I'd CC round town. Nigga, a copy courtesy, nigga. Last time you CC the motherfucker, I don't remember last time I CC the nigga. Nigga, that shit's hard, nigga. That's bars, nigga. Like, that nigga's the greatest. Fuck that. But enough about Under 3000, man. Baby sold on this motherfucker. What's good?
Man, you're a student of the game, man.
Let them know, like, do you have any, like, albums or mixtapes coming this summer? Because, you know, the summer's coming fast, and we know we need some fire, man. Streets are starving out here.
Man, we got the Gunpowder Smoking record going. We got the OnlyFans record with Jazzy Faye and Ugly Money Nietzsche. That's already out there. You feel me? We got the Woe record produced by my producer, Young Swag, out of Memphis. Matter of fact, he got number 2 on Moneybag's new album that just dropped today. Swag got the second song on the album, you know, but he doing my whole shit. So, you know, shout out my nigga Swag.
That's what's up.
And the album be called, well, I don't know if it's an album or a mixtape, man, but the project gonna be called The Residue. You know what I'm saying? Where we scraped up all this game and finally giving it to y'all. So, you know, The Residue coming soon. Shit about to be crazy. And that single Woe is coming right after Gunpowder Smoking. We took, you know, it's a homage to Black Rob, so we took Black Rob voice and put it in the Woe shit. The shit's crazy though.
That's dope, man. One thing about it, we noticed that you're such a student of the game from all sides of the coast, man. I mean, and how important is it for hip hop culture to embrace and cherish their legends? I mean, we've lost 3 in 2 weeks. We've lost DMX, we've lost Black Rob, and most recently last night, Shock G. How important is it for hip hop to respect and really love the legends while they're here?
I mean, it's very important, man. I think the relationship between the young generation and the old generation, I think it definitely need to be bridged. Now, my true opinion about it is, I think the old heads give the youngins, you know what I'm saying, the blues about what they doing, you know what I'm saying, and how they doing it. And, you know, respect is given, you know what I'm saying, and then respect is earned. So, I mean, but I always feel like, you know what I'm saying, to get respect, you have to give it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like number one, the old heads, the pioneers of the game have to definitely respect the youngins for what they do and how they doing it and the creativity and the rawness of it. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that we're gonna get anywhere by downing the youngins for their craft and how they do it. You know what I'm saying? That's just gonna create more animosity. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the metaphor I always gave was like my granddad told my pop that the bell bottoms he was wearing was gay, and my pops told me that sagging my pants was gay, and I tell my little homies and my kids that them tight ass jeans they got on is gay, and I'm pretty sure the skinny jean generation's gonna tell the next generation and their kids that whatever they wearing at that time is gay. But in reality, that's just a generational curse out there that somebody got to break. And I think it's the responsibility of the older generation to just pay more homage and let the youngins do what they do. I mean, you ain't here to raise them. You don't give a fuck about them, you know what I'm saying, how they eat during the day. You just care about the message that they're giving. But let's just be real. Like, who really thought that hip-hop was going to get smarter? Like, hip-hop was only going to get more and more raw. I mean, NWA and Cube had a lot to say. But at the end of the day, man, you ain't going to get too much intelligence from Fuck the Police. And it's only going to get more and more watered down as generation goes. I don't think niggas is going to get smarter. Of course, we're going to have our backpack rap and some lyrical rappers, you know what I'm saying, talking about what's really going on, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, the masses are moved by what's going on in the streets, and that's just going to be the most raw motherfuckers. And the story ain't going to get better told it from nobody but a motherfucker that's there every day.
That's real. Man,
that's real talk, man. And, you know, and building off of that, see, even with what we do with our show, it's like we're not really the grumpy old man type, because we still keep our ear to what's going on. And if anything, that keeps you current, that keeps your mind sharp. Because you don't want to be stuck back in 94.
I mean, but exactly. But it's like when I think it was Crazy Bone, not Crazy Bone. I think it was Busy Bone that had something to say to the Migos when Offset said they were the best group ever. I mean, that's that man right. Like, you gotta feel like you the best ever. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be upset with that man. You can't be upset with that man for saying that we the best ever. Like, you got a chip on your shoulder. You in the rap game. This is blood sport. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I understand him saying that. I understand it not being everybody's favorite thing for him to say or have said, but at the end of the day, like, come on, man. Like, and when you look at and when you think about it, the only thing that he could bring up in his defense, because he wasn't going for the man. Then when the man got upset with him, let's think about it. If anybody get upset with you and they got a few choice words for you, then let's be realistic. What else can you say? You gonna defend yourself. So Offset just brought up the money. And we done made way more money than y'all. Was he right or wrong? Who knows if he was right or wrong? But still, he threw a punch.
True.
That's true.
Yeah, I think. I think, like you said. Go ahead, King.
Yeah, I was gonna say, as we end on that note, because we running short on time. But what we're gonna do is after we get off the phone, we're gonna play your joint, Gunpowder. Let them know what time it is, man. And do you care to let people know where to find you on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, so that way we can keep that bird soaring in the sky?
Hey, man, it's Baby Soda, @_Baby Soda on Instagram, Baby Soda on Spotify, Baby Soda on YouTube, Baby Soda on SoundCloud. Man, wherever you can go get some music, man, it's Baby Soda, man. You know what I'm saying? BabySoda.com, log in, man. Please save the baby. Let's do it.
Definitely.
Let them know, man. Let them know, man. And check this, man. We have an episode 400 coming up probably in about 2 weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. So definitely feel free to pull up, man. Who knows? We probably could dialogue about that greatest rapper or the top 3.
Storytellers, because the greatest rappers, we gonna see that all day with that shit.
That's gonna be like a Royal Rumble. We debating on that. So we gotta break it down on the categories. But definitely, man, we definitely appreciate you joining us, man. It was fun. It was fun building with you, and we gonna keep supporting you doing what you do best, and we gonna play this song from you. So keep doing what you're doing, my brother. You got Off the Cuff radio support.
Already, man. I appreciate it, home.
Appreciate you so much being on.
Oh yeah, big shout out to Angela for making this happen as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Angie. Angie hold me together, man. Angie makes sure I'm always where I'm supposed to be at the right time.
Man, shout out to Lady AC, man. She be with it, man. So on that note, shouts to Doodlebug and Baby Soda, our guest tonight. Of course, King, the head of all things hip hop. Myself, T Max. Our loyal listeners, we love y'all so much. And on that note, we out.
Alrighty.
Already.
When they come for me, just hope that I be ready. I just pray that I be strapped up in a Chevy. Gunpowder smoking. I find it hard to stay alive. Ain't nobody got a ride. I got murder on my mind. Gunpowder smoking. It's gonna be a homicide. I can't swallow all this pride. I'ma put it on the line. Gunpowder smoking. So when they come for me, just hope that I be ready. I just pray that I be strapped up in a Chevy. Gunpowder smoking. 400 block off in the engine. If they hit me, I'm gon' fire this bitch up like it's Armageddon. Gunpowder smoking. The niggas, I just want the money. Face card gravy, I'm 100. Bust back, niggas get the dump it. Crack back and never see it coming. Damn, don't put the cheese on him. He put the beam on him. He was a rat, saying he had the juice, so they put the squeeze on him. I'm in the zone, don't get picked, homie. Call me the big homie, go get your bitch. I'm getting rich, home, and don't get pissed on, nigga. I'm getting pissed off. Well, really not mad at all. I just won't pass the ball. Buy the coke, cook the coke, cut it. Saran wrap and ship it out the butt. Let's blast on him. Go put the mask on. Gave you a pass, Holmes. Man up, don't get mad, Holmes. Go get that cash, Holmes. Crack baby, no to my leg, baby. I'm just a black baby. Late 80s, I'm pushing back, baby. I'm spitting back, baby. So when they come for me, just hope that I be ready. I just pray that I be strapped up in a Chevy. 400 block off in the engine. If they hit me, I'm gon' fire this bitch up like it's Armageddon. Gunpowder smoking. I find it hard to stay alive. Ain't nobody got a ride. I got murder on my mind. Gunpowder smoking. It's gon' be a homicide. I can't swallow all this pride. I'ma put it on the line. Gunpowder smoking. On the corner, drinking to Arizona, smoking on California. Roll on her, I put the pole on her. Send her to Oklahoma. I pop it on her, smelling like 1 million. The bitch love my aroma. Boss on her, you swipe a card on her. I'ma go hard on her. I'm moving fast on her. How about the Jag on her? Light work, moving the whole thing. Sick of the dope game. Okay, go make some more plays and go get a 4-way. Fight first, niggas ain't playing that. See, that was the old days. I ain't gotta say that I got it. Never had a chance to go to college, but daddy made a man out me, and mama had to pray about it. Made a lot of sacrifices. Mama worked the third shift. My brother loved watching Martin, and I was watching birds flip. Young nigga, learning the recipe, saving the residue, trapping the residents. You running for cover, I'm running for president. Duck down, lot of shit I ain't said. My niggas ain't scared. Face head, look at the dough rise, then we a break bread. So when they come for me, just hope that I be ready. I just pray that I be strapped up in a Chevy. 400 block off in the engine. If they hit me, I'm gon' fire this bitch up like it's Armageddon. Gunpowder smoking. I find it hard to stay alive. Ain't nobody got a ride. I got murder on my mind. Gunpowder smoking. It's gon' be a homicide. I can't swallow all this pride. I'ma put it on the line. Gunpowder smoking. Gunpowder.